of the Feast of Boots. How we looking over there? Okay, well, it should come up maybe in a minute. Okay, it should come up in a minute. On your side. Shalom Lakam, Shalom. All right, so the audio is picking up. It's been a minute and some change now. It's not picking up over there. You said not yet? Okay, I don't know. Let's just see what happens. Are you on the app or you on? So is the first one showing up? It's unusual. Okay, Robin, can you hear me? Let me know if you can hear me, please, Robin. Because I'm having some audio issues. So, Robin, so how is the audio? How is the audio, Robin? How is the audio? So nothing for you back there? I don't know what's going on. Other people are able to, says I have 2 viewers right now. Robin says it's sketchy. Okay, that's better, says Robin. Robin Denise Baker. Okay, so hopefully that first video, some of the stuff is recorded because we went over a lot of good information on part 1 of the video. Now we were in Exodus chapter 14, right? And we're reading about Pharaoh had shut us up, right? And then we were saying about how whenever the Most High brings us to that new place, Sakwa or Saka, to dwell, to get shelter from the sun, tribulation. How now Pharaoh, representing the oppression, whether spiritual or physical, is always going to try to come at that point to test us. Okay? About Sakat. So you got Sakat and Sakwat. It said both ways. Sakwat or Sakat. Okay. So can everybody hear me pretty good? I mean, that's what you got. You got your whole name on there. No offense intended. Robin Denise Baker. It just sounds poetic, I guess, right? Robin Denise Baker. It sounds poetic. All right, so let's keep reading. Man, I really hope now you all remember the first part we went through, right? Everybody should remember that? All right. So let's go back into chapter 14. What verse you at?
Verse 4.
All right, read.
And I will harden Pharaoh's heart, that he shall follow after them, and I will be honored upon Pharaoh and upon all his hosts, that the Egyptians may know that I am Yahweh.
So sometimes when Hashatan or your enemies come at you, they come because the Most High sent them. Not because they just out of their own mind decided to do it, but because Yahweh said, go and test, go oppose Amaria. Go oppose Nathaniel. Go oppose Kahan. Go oppose Mayana Shabbat. Read.
And they did so. And it was told the king of Egypt that the people fled, and the heart of Pharaoh and of his servants was turned against the people. And they said, why have we done this? That we have let Yasharallah go from serving us.
And that's how Satan is also. Once you repent and you come back to Yahweh, Satan lets you go. Satan, Hashatan, he lets you go. So once Hashatan lets you go and you go back over to Yahweh, he's like, hold up. Why'd I let this dude get away from me? That's one soul I'm losing. I got to get that soul back. So you got to be prepared when you come to serve Yahweh. Your soul got to be prepared for temptation. Ain't that what the scripture says? In Ecclesiasticus chapter 2, verse 1, my son, if thou come to serve Yahweh, prepare thy soul for temptation. So you got to prepare your soul for temptation. How do you prepare your soul for temptation? By fasting, by prayer. And in the midst of fasting and praying, you're still going to get tempted. Just like Yahweh was fasting and praying in the wilderness and he was tempted. So prepare your soul for temptation when you come to serve Yahweh. So he set up their camp by the sea. Read.
And he made ready his chariot and took his people with him.
So here come the ethnic African king, Pharaoh, king of one of the mightiest Hamite nations, taking his great iron big chariots, war chariots made out of metal. Go ahead.
And he took 600 chosen chariots, and all the chariots of Egypt, and captains over every one of them.
Now this is after Yahweh just killed all the firstborn. And we just dwelling in the wilderness now. We went to Sukkot. That's the first place we went to, Sakat. Read.
And Yahweh hardened the heart of Pharaoh, king of Egypt, and he pursued after the children of Yasharallah. And the children of Yasharallah went out with in high hand. But the Egyptians pursued after them all the horses and chariots of Pharaoh and his horsemen and his army, and overtook them encamping by the sea beside Pi-Hahirah before Baal-Zephon.
Go ahead.
And when Pharaoh...
So they took us over. They came right up on us. Close to us. Go ahead.
And when Pharaoh drew nigh, the children of Yasharallah lifted up their eyes, and behold, the Egyptians marched after them, and they were sore afraid. And the children of
Yasharallah
were sore afraid. And the children of Yashar'Allah cried out unto Yahweh.
So Banya Yashar'Allah cried out to Yahweh when we were in trouble. And right now, our people are still in trouble. Pharaoh have overtaken us. He have consumed us. And we ain't crying out to Yahweh. We're crying out to each other for a solution. We're crying out to a leader for a solution. We're crying out to government, economics for solutions. But we have to cry out to Yahweh to get the permanent, lasting, spiritual and physical solution. All right, go ahead.
And they said it unto Mashah, because there was no graves in Egypt, hast thou taken us away to die in the wilderness?
Now, when trouble came, our people were ungrateful. Because remember, hey, Shalom Ben Yah, Shalom, Shalom Ben Yah. Now remember, the reason we came out of Egypt was why? Why did we come out of Egypt? Why did we come out of Egypt? Or what made Yahweh? We cried unto Yahweh. And he heard our cry. And he came to deliver us. Now we got what we want. And we talking about, oh, because there wasn't enough graves in Egypt, now he brought us to the wilderness to die. Ungrateful. And you know, Judah was the main ringleader. Judah always the ringleader. Judah's the main one at the front. Waiting on graves in Africa. Now y'all want to bring us to the wilderness to die. Ungrateful. Instead of trusting in the same power that they saw do all these miracles in Egypt is the same power that's still with them when Pharaoh's army is trying to attack us. This is us and our forefathers. Our ancestors are the ones experiencing these things that we're reading about. The children of Israel, the Latinos, the Negroes, the Hispanics in North, Central, South America, and the Caribbean. And the ones that fled into Africa, East and West Africa. And the ones that were taken from Africa into the Americas and into India, Pakistan, Iraq, Iran, Sri Lanka, into slavery. And the ones that fled into the Americas, North, Central, South America, and the Caribbean. From the 700s BC and forward. Read.
Wherefore hast thou dealt thus with us,
to
carry us forth out of Egypt? Is it not this the word that we did tell thee in Egypt, saying, let us alone, that we may serve the Egyptians? For it had been better for us to serve the Egyptians than that we die, that we should die in the wilderness.
And some of our people would rather stay in captivity. What are the people displaying right now? Doubt. And their doubt is based on a lack of what? So some people would rather stay in captivity than to increase their faith. And they doubt the Most High. So they want to stay in captivity because it's easier for them. Their mind doesn't have to fast and pray. They don't got to bring themselves to a low level. They don't got to give up nothing to stay in slavery and captivity. That's why people say, oh, I can work on the Sabbath because I'm in captivity. Because they don't want to put trust and confidence. Con? But once we have faith in the Most High, we don't worry about the problems that are before our eyes. Because we know that Yahweh is greater than anything we can imagine in this universe. No matter what happens, if we put our faith and trust in him and we believe on him, we won't perish. We will have everlasting life. So this is what we have to look at. We cannot doubt no matter what's before us. We have to fully trust in the Most High. And that trust and that faith is increased like a muscle when you exercise it little by little. When you walk in wisdom and you see what is it that the proverb promises you, and you do what the proverb says, and you get that result. That's when you can walk literally in wisdom. All right, go ahead.
For it had been better for us to serve the Egyptians.
You read that part already. Verse 13.
And Mashah said unto the people, fear ye not, stand still and see the salvation of Yahweh.
So Mashah understood where they were coming from to an extent. So he said, stand still and see how Yahweh is going to save us. Read.
Which he will show to you this day.
Mm-hmm.
For the Egyptians whom ye have seen today, ye shall see them again no more forever.
So Moses said, I'm going to wipe them people out, and I'm not going to bring you under them again. You're not going back to Egypt into slavery. But Yahweh brought us to Egypt again with ships, talking about what? Modern America. Read.
Yahweh shall fight for you, and ye shall hold your peace.
Yahweh is going to fight for us as we travel throughout the wilderness, going and making our different booths, making our different places that we have to dwell in, Sakwath or Sakath. Yahweh protects us, and he's going to fight for us, and he's going to defend us. Come? So these are all things we have to remember as we go through this Feast of Tabernacles. We have to remember how we got into the condition to dwell in tabernacles. And once we started to dwell in tabernacles, the journey didn't stop then. We still had to have faith because our people were still doubting Yahweh. So we still had to carry on faith. We still had to walk in obedience. It didn't stop with the booths. It didn't stop with the tabernacles. It didn't stop with us coming out of Egypt. It didn't stop right there. That was the beginning of the journey. And it should have been easy, but it was very difficult. It was very hard for our people to just trust in the Most High, trust in Yahweh. But our father, Jacob, he started at the same place, right? Because he started where? At Sukkot. He started there. And the Most High took us from captivity to where? To Sukkot. Okay? So now we dwell in that booth to get protection from the sun under the shadow of the wing of Yahweh. Come? So that's the day 2 that we bring this Feast of Booths to a culmination with. Now, we had a lot that we went over that was lost in the recording. Okay, but we remember it. We remember it. And we have to do it. Okay? About the sacrifices that we had to bring before Yahweh. From Numbers chapter 29. Right? Then we discussed Corinthians chapter 3. We went into Genesis 33 and 17 about the booth and the house. We went into Jonah chapter 4, verse 5 about the booth of the tabernacle that we dwelt in, which were different than the houses and the tents. Okay. So we have to pay attention to what's going on and look for understanding in the chapters that we're reading about ourselves and our condition, our history, what we can learn from it, how can we apply it and do better next time around as a people. Con? All right, so those of you that joined the first time, and those of you that were here live with us, we got the whole understanding. Those of you that joined us remotely, you missed that first portion of it because the sound was out. Hey, Shalom. Shalom, Charles Beard. Hallelujah. Shalom. Good to see you. So right now, like I said, we're going to end the broadcast, and we're going to come on, hopefully, in another few minutes. Don't do that like that. Hopefully, another few minutes to go into Deuteronomy chapter 33 that deals with the tribes of Yasharallah, where they are, and what's the prophecies about it. Okay? All right, so Yahweh will be with you all. Yabaraka Kam Yahweh, Bashem Hamashiach Yahweh Shai. Yahweh bless you all. In the name of Yahweh Shai. Shema Yasharallah, Yahweh Allahayna, Yahweh Akkad, Wa Hapta At Yahweh Allahayaka, Bakal Lababka, Wabakal Napashka, Wabakal Ma'adka. Hear, O Israel, Yahweh our power, Yahweh is one, and you shall love Yahweh your power with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your might. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah.